Mgbe president honor ndị mmadụ for June 12, the first honor, it was a Yoruba list. And I was like, no, June 12 was not a Yoruba matter. It was a national matter. Anọ m n'Enugu mgbe anyị planụ ndị Nadeko bịala Enugu, Abraham Adesoya, Bola Ige, Lawani Ayoku, they came to Enugu, ha ji night bus ka security ala kwụsịfa, ewebe declare Nadeko n'Enugu, mee Abraham Adesoya national leader, Ato Nwankwo deputy, and Dan Suleman, na ba Ato Nwankwo n'Enugu na 4th dimension. Anọ m Ato Nwankwo jee Commonwealth meeting to push for the de-annulment of June 12. Nata back into Nigeria airport, everybody was afraid na ga-eme arrest. Nsi anya nataba, I was the liaison between Eastern Mandate Union and Kudirat. Mụ na-eje ozi between them, mbanye night bus, jee Lagos, mụ na ya kwụsịa nataba ezikwa Ato ife okwu. So I knew that on the day Abacha died, Ato was in detention with Udenta. Anọ n'Enugu in detention. Mbịa ka mfụfa asị na mmadụ ama afụ mụfa. Mụ na Victor nwanne Ato. It was na Abacha nwụzi ka eji wee release Ato because they were planning to take them to Abuja the day Abacha nwụ.
The very day?
Yes, that was the day they were planning to move them. They were seen Abacha nwụgo that morning. They were manacled in chains and detained. Ato suffered about 4 detentions, Udenta about 6. So it would be unfair to talk about June 12 and not talk about people like Ato and Udenta. To show you how the role Eastern Mandate Union played, Mgbafo Alliance for Democracy, they zoned the National Secretary to Eastern Mandate Union. That's how Udenta became the first National Secretary of Alliance for Democracy, the party that produced 5 governors in the Southwest, including Bola Tinubu. Yes, if we didn't play any role in June 12, why was Udenta made secretary of this? The fact that they disagreed with him along the line, the fact that he has gone in another political trajectory, does not diminish the fact that they played a role in June 12. And when they announced the names and said, don't forget that all this list of journalists and where you went and fixed Ato's name, Nato was deputy national chairman of Nadeko with Dan Suleman. So you should put them in a different category. He was in detention when Abacha died, where you people were in exile. He was here. He was abroad going to give a lecture na Commonwealth. He could have stayed abroad if he was afraid. But he came back to Nigeria and suffered the detention here when you people were in London and in America, which is okay. You are campaigning there. But he paid the price here. That's why I wrote a very painful article then that no, they should be recognized. So when he did recognize them, I applauded him for that and said, but it's not yet over. There are more people. Udenta should be recognized. Edwin Umadnago should be recognized because he was a man who was an editorial board of The Guardian. He was a communist and he was very vehement in his support for June 12. Somebody like Gigi Dara, somebody like Fred Eno, Abiola's personal assistant. N'Enugu prison Kanchotalia, nobody knew his whereabouts. We thought Nafe Bugie until I got information not the on Enugu. So I went to Enugu prison and found him there. He nearly died in the prison. So it wasn't a Yoruba fight. And we shouldn't ethnicize it. So that's why I felt very strong about it. And then also congratulated the president for listening and making amends and asking him to do more.